Of course, there's always something to look forward to, always exciting moments as we do radio according to you. This is Keith and Gessie Radio. Motivation, entertainment, spirituality, and current affairs. We mix them all up. You can't just pick one, you get all of them. And one of the things that we're going to try to do today is give you the plethora, the mix, the blend. Doing that, Namhlanje, who's going to help us with that? She's back again on Moment of Truth as we talk about Exhibition for a Child as well as the boot camp. Nasiphi, welcome back. Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Now, you almost blew your intro. You have to start that again.
No, and it was so amazing. I was amped after that. But I was just saying, thank you so much for having me back. It's starting to feel like home now.
Oh
It's
yeah.
starting to feel
Oh
like
yeah.
home now.
It should. It should though. It should though.
Thank
Oh
you.
man, thanks so much for joining us. For the benefit of those who may be hearing us talking together for the first time, but also just a reminder, tell us a bit about the organization, Exhibition for a Child, and what it is that you guys do.
Most definitely. For a child, like you have alluded to or have mentioned, it's a non-profit organization that focuses on working with abantwana from different schools across the province. We're an educational based initiative. And currently, we've got about two schools that we support under our banner. We run a number of programs at these schools, programs ranging from health and wellness. And health and wellness focuses on the mental health of a child, where we have conversations around bullying, teenage pregnancy, gender based violence, and just the general social ills. And then we also look at the hygienic side of matters when it comes to kids, sanitary towels, cosmetics, and so forth. So that's one thing that we focus on under our health and wellness. And the second one is we focus on skills development or training and skills development. Under skills development, we look at three elements, which is entrepreneurship, agriculture, and then soft skills. So under soft skills, we focus on just basic entry level in terms of having digital skills, having an email address, knowing your way around a search engine, and then also how to work around Word, Excel, or rather Office programs. And then our entrepreneurship program is tied or linked to our agricultural program. How are they tied or linked to each other? Under our agricultural program, we donate seedlings to a number of schools
Okay.
that we are working with. And then what we then do on that program is say it needs to benefit you in three ways. First way, it needs to contribute towards the already existing food program that you have in school. Secondly, it must be able to overlap into the community. You know which kids come from child-headed families. You know which
Yes.
kids come from a family where we only survive with igranti kamakulu. All right. And there's no breadwinner basically in the family. And then
Yes.
thirdly, we then say you need to resell the produce to the community so that it benefits the piggy bank of the school, one, and number two, to be able to buy seedlings again. Now, this is where we teach them entrepreneurial skills so that
Yes.
don't keep donating all the time, but you must be able to sustain yourself. So
Yeah.
that's another program that we run in schools. And then the last program is basically our career expo, where we host career expos on an annual basis. And where do we host them? Because the schools that we work with basically target rural, remote areas. And then we do also work within townships. But our key
Yes.
focus is rural communities because that's where we feel that resources and access to information lacks the most. So we then have these career expos where we bring them to the rural communities. We don't say come to the information and the resources. We will bring them to your environment, and in a space where kids can be able to communicate and articulate themselves without a discomfort of being in a foreign space or in a foreign environment. We find that the information is distorted along the way. So that's what we do as an NPO. However, over the years, we came to learn that it's one thing to empower the key stakeholder, which is the learner, but then
Yes.
the entire ecosystem or value chain of the learner has not been tapped into. What do I mean by that? You can train a learner on how to navigate themselves around along the search engine. You've got an email address, but if the teacher is not equipped, it's almost like, okay, how does the kid then move forward from that? Because the same teachers are the ones that are supposed to assist them. So even though we work with the learners, we also do overlap and work with the school, with the teachers, to ensure that there's balance across what we do. And then we
Yeah.
also do work within the community, because again, you can equip a child while they're at school, give them cosmetics, sanitary towels, and equip them on soft skills and whatnot. But then if they go home and there's no food at home, the environment is just not conducive for them to be motivated to go to school, it then defeats the. So our programs overlap in the communities that we work within. We donate to the communities. We work, number one, with the orphanage homes. We also donate to projects in the communities. If there is an agricultural project that is existing, we donate. We give food parcels. We do blanket drives, keep kids warm and their families warm. So the even though we are educational based initiative, we do look at other social ills that impact and affect the key stakeholder, which is the learner. So that's who we are as an NPO, for those that did not have the pleasure of joining us the last time.
Yes. And I mean, this is a 360-degree approach then to actually servicing the end user who is the child, but it doesn't only end there, because the problem is far bigger, and the steps that need to be taken are far more than what we just see as a maybe an academic problem for a child, or a food program, but there's more. So this is what the organization represents. We also understand that the last time we spoke, there was the expo. How did that go?
Oh my God. Mind blowing. Honestly, it exceptionally well. Honestly, more than what we expected. If you remember, we had said that we do have a couple of objectives that we want to achieve. And what we
Yes.
started incorporating this year is bringing the schools from, urban areas and from the different metros, and merging those learners with rural kids. We put them in a
Yeah.
platform, say, let us thresh out the issues. Where is the educational difference here? And it was mind blowing. It gave me goosebumps. You find that,
Wow.
it's still the same schools, public schools, but the education quality is so glaring between an urban school and a rural school. So the kids were very vocal. I really appreciated that from both angles. They were very vocal about the issues that they have in the presence actually of the Department of Education, which was quite great. And other,
Wow.
so they were very vocal. We got into a debate with our public sector representatives, and we said, can we address these issues? So we are in the progress of addressing those issues. We had a great success in terms of training more teachers this year. In terms of, they've got these laptops that they complained about last year, that the department and other private sector companies donate these resources, but then we don't have connectivity. We don't know how to use them. We don't have the skills them. So our training this year, really, I trained over 50, 50 teachers and this year's session alone from the different schools, which was quite great. We had a lot of technology in place this year, which was great. We didn't just talk about the current age that we're living in, but we got the kids to practically see this fourth industrial revolution and how it works. We had a number of we had financial institutions on board. The different banks were in attendance. We had curriculum advisors in attendance, for teachers and for learners. We had the universities, three universities in the province attended. We also had the KZN universities in attendance. EFT colleges were there. So it was an amazing and a great event. We had a lot of takeaways. Even this coming weekend, because we also incorporated agriculture in this year's
Yes.
Career Expo. We've got a field trip with the learners from all the schools. We're going to a farm in Yugi. They're going to get exposed to the entire value chain of agriculture, how it starts, how you maintain, how you harvest, and how you get access to market. So we're spending the weekend at the farm this coming weekend with the kids, exposing them to real, not just the theory side of it, but exposing, and we still have more field trips to do around technology, around entrepreneurship, agriculture, because that's what we focused on.
Yes.
So it went very well. It was an amazing experience.
Amazing, and that's glad to hear, because we had spoken, you guys were in such high spirits about it as well. So for it to be such a resounding success really makes us happy that, these are the type of results that you guys are getting. Following that, we hear that there is a rollout of boot camps. Could you please unpack those for us?
Yay, most definitely. This one excites me because we have been doing it since the inception of the NPO, and it has grown tremendously over the past years. So we host it on an annual basis because as an NPO, we actually support about 3,000 girls annually when it comes to sanitary towels. So the boot camps this year we piloted because we've normally have been doing them in Gqeberha. So we've been getting a lot of demand to say bring this initiative in East London. We want to support you. Bring this to Amtata. We want to support you. So there has been a hunger for these boot camps with like-minded individual, like-minded organizations. So it's our third year running. Our first year, we managed to raise just over 2,000 sanitary towels. Last year, we raised over 3,000. Currently, I was talking to my team, just East London alone, we've already raised about 1,000 sanitary towels, and we are
Wow.
more. So we are targeting that this year at least we can push it up to 5,000, bearing in mind that every year we support about 3,000 girls for sanitary towels, over 500 learners on hygiene care packages. So on our hygiene care package, even though the boot camps, we really just ask people to support us by donating sanitary towels. We go over and above because we don't want to be biased to just girls, but then there's also a need for hygiene attention when it also comes to boys and girls, because reality of the matter is this is what we've learned, that boys do have problems, bad breath, armpits and so forth, and it affects the overall self-esteem of a child while they're,
Yes.
and then that leads to affecting the overall performance because your self-esteem is low, you get bullied in school, and you end up dropping out and so forth. So outside of just the sanitary towels, we also do hygiene care packs that include paste, a soap, body lotion, face cloth and so forth. And then we just say you do have a sanitary towel for girls, but there's also something additional for girls and for boys so that we are not biased to that. So that's what the boot camps honestly and focus on, that we get enough supplies because we distribute majority of the sanitary towels during Women's Month in August, and then
Okay.
thereafter we replenish some of the schools on a quarterly basis, some of them depending on the size by annually. So whatever we then collect is we donate it during the month of August, and then the rest of it we distribute it during the course of the year, um, quarterly and biannually. So that's what the boot camps are all about, and that's where we are at this stage. We're growing every year. It's really, really great. It's getting tractions. A lot of these gymnasiums around the province have been
Yes.
supporting. Some of the foundations have been supporting us. Individuals, companies have dropped boxes for us to collect, sanitary towels and other
Wow.
additional sanitary items. So it's a great initiative. We're doing well so far.
If I am the owner of a small to medium enterprise, I'm watching this interview right now, or maybe later on, because obviously it's evergreen, it's out there, it's online. How do I get involved? How do I say? Look, we do have a little bit of a budget, whatever little we can spare, but we hear this initiative and it sounds like it's something we'd like to support. How do I get involved?
Oh, great. We we are are available on social media networks. If you pop us an email, we do respond. We got a very quick turnaround time within a day. We do respond. So if your listeners at home and the viewers at home can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, our handle across all our social media is Exhibition for a Child. We'd appreciate that. We're also available on the website, which is www.exhibitionforachild.co.za. You can reach us through the website. You can also reach us via our email address, info@exhibitionforachild.co.za. We will be communicating with you in that manner. Our contact details are on our website, are also on our social media. So that's how you can get hold of us. And I'm really hoping that people will dig down in their pockets and
Yes.
want to be part of this initiative.
So the East London leg of the boot camps was on Saturday. That was on the 23rd. And then where are the subsequent legs, if any, and what, where can people look to get involved and activate at those sites?
Great. So we do have a team in East London. If you do get in touch with us via our social media, our WhatsApp, we will be able to give you contact details of our volunteers around East London. That's where you drop off, or we can always come pick up from you. So that's how we're navigating East London, through our volunteers. And their contact details are available through using
Yes.
our WhatsApp line or our social media platforms. And then, like I said, East London has been amazing. We've collected just about 1,000 sanitary towels just from the East London boot camp. So it was well attended, especially that we were doing it for the first year this year. And the donations, the guys, the East London crew was extremely generous. Much appreciated. We're still taking more. We appreciate each and every single or small donation.
Amazing stuff. And I guess your message then to the people out there who feel like who feel disconnected to initiatives because they never know how to particularly support, even if it's not financially. How does somebody make sure that, the efforts that are being done by Exhibition for a Child, that they can maybe participate? Is there a volunteer program? What is it that somebody can do to actually get active and get involved?
Thank you very much, because not everything is about money, honestly. We always need manpower. We always need resources. Even with the boot camps that we are doing, we need guys to help us on the ground during the boot camp. Whether you taking pictures, we're doing water, you are helping the instructors, you're a fitness person, whatever you are able to bring to the table, it doesn't have to be monetary. So if you visit our website, we do have a template or a form there that you can fill in. If you want to volunteer on one of our programs, reach out to us. We will talk to you. We will tell you which programs we are running in your area or in your metro, and then we then let you know how you can further get involved. But we are always looking for assistance. It honestly takes not just one person or two people to change the world. It takes a collective. So the more the merry. If we share the same vision, empowering and developing our communities, we are your people, you are our person. So any type of assistance is more than welcomed across all our program, not just the boot camps. We do the food drives, we do the walk a child to school campaign. We do so much. So
Yes.
whatever assistance you are able to afford, it would be of great appreciation from our side.
Coming to us virtually from the Exhibition for a Child organization. Her name is Nasiphi Nkwelo. She might as well be part of the furniture here, which we welcome. Thank you so much for the information, and congratulations again, guys, for the great effort and how it seems to be growing exponentially. And with people more and more getting involved, the child really might have a better experience within what they are supposed to have as basic rights. But here we are trying to make sure that we restore dignity as well. Congratulations, guys, and keep up the great work.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the listeners and viewers at home. Always great to be here. It's always great to be part of the family. Yes, I'm moving in. I'm bringing in my suitcase, my bags, my everything next time.
Thanks so much, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what